Hi guys, second attempt to do this video. This is difficult because it's big and it's so much to explain, and yeah. What you're seeing here now is a shadow box. It's my first shadow box completed ever, and I made it for Shilpa. Hi Shilpa. Shilpa loves pink and Lady's Diary. You know who doesn't like Lady's Diary, so I went with Lady's Diary. And it's a bit big, so I can't kind of fit everything in the screen. I can do this, but then it's so far away. Okay, but here you see the whole thing, and I'm not gonna pick it up, but it hangs let's see, just like that, and it's finished up with a little bow and a flower, so it can be hung out of that. I just put that behind now. It was just a plywood box which I painted pink on the edges, see here, and then I started to line the inside of the box with the papers. I used mainly the paper that looks like a letter, because I was thinking really Lady's Diary, what does that mean in that age? And it's like 1904, I believe it's 1904 the papers say. Yeah, as you can see, that could be removed, and I thought the year was in here, but it wasn't. No, it's not, somewhere else on the paper. But as you can see, it's her little fashion book. Well, this is her boudoir, and it's her diary. And on her, let's say, her table where she fixes herself up, she writes letter and all that kind of things. There's an invitation, and there's a crown on in the invitation, meaning it's a royal invitation. And it says summer ball at Hampton Court, the 26th of June 1902. XO, Prince of Wales. I had fun. And so, because she's going to ball, she have to go shopping. Let me take down the camera because I think that will be better in this situation. There. Here it says shopping list. Okay, let it focus. Focus, please. Thank you. Lingerie, 12 yards of Mechlin lace, and then it says 20 yards of white satin, corset, and gloves. So she's gone shopping, and here's her sewing machine that her seamstress is going to make her dress, and some of the fabrics are already in the house. They're tucked in behind there. And there is spools. See the spool? To sew with, of course, as here's one. And this is one of her hats with they had all these fancy big hats and pearls to make things with. So, and when you go shopping in those days, they didn't have a bag saying whatever on. They got big boxes, and so her shopping boxes are here. There's also one down here containing hats and whatnots. And back in those days, they used the fan as a love sign language, sort of, or just a secret sign language when they were at balls and so on. So of course she have a fan, and it was an acrylic fan, yellow, that I painted, and then I touched up the flowers with some pink and glitter stickles, and I lined it on the back with a pink doily. And since we're talking Prince of Wales, we're obviously in England, and she drinks tea then, of course. And there she have to remember to buy eau de cologne, course. And she's a kind of a rebel, so she was one of the first to go bathing in the sea. Back then that was kind of a new thing for the society to do, so this pictures might be from even a little later, so well, whatever. And this here is to kind of simulate chandelier, of course. And we have kind of perfume bottles everywhere in this box, and there's flowers everywhere. And here you see the pretty ribbon I put around her there. And this here, that's kind of special, right? I got it from scrapcrafts4u.no. And here's her purse or handbag, and her coins in the purse, and her keys. So that's that. And then that's a picture of her brother or fiance, whatever you like. And see here, the doodad flowers comes to play real time. You get room for a lot of flowers. There's a lot of flowers in this. And here's more perfume bottles I made with some pretty beads and pearls, some bead spacers, a little tiny crochet flower, cameo. And here she have a letter with a heart on. And she have a birdie, but that birdie have kind of escaped this bird cage. And button up here, I just kind of filled up the space a little bit because I didn't want her umbrella to be covered up or anything, so I had to put her so much high up to get room for some flowers down here. So that's why that room became kind of like a, doesn't actually happen a lot, but I just put in a bow flower and acrylic flower, and I think I got that from Trisha as well. And this room here is also, it becomes, you know, useless because of the shopping list, but I stamped the it's a stamp from, let me think, Paper Artsy, I think, yeah. And one of the Trisha's foam flowers, again, I love these ones. And there's a sticker from the paper line. And here's a pen nib. You know, they didn't have pens those days, and so she's writing things with a pen nib. And a fleur-de-lis because, you know, French, it was high fashion back then as well. And a little pink heart. And then this is a Wild Orchid Craft Rose. I have colored up with my own mixture of my own spray, which I use. I make out of the clothing dye powder, frayed burlap, re-inker, and eyeshadow. I got everything from Virginia 1468 except for the frayed burlap re-inker to make the sprays, and oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. And these flowers I do carry in my store, unless they're getting sold out quickly, I don't know. And then some leaves. I really like the little contrast of the green gave to all of this. And I really do love the umbrella. She's just so charming, and she's my colors and everything, so that's beautiful. Okay, so here's the little sewing machine. I have that in my store. And there is I think it's I Am Rose's flower in the back there, and then more foam flowers and so on. I love these ones. And then I fussy cut out a little one. I really like. I could have worn that dress now. I love it. And then here's a piece from the paper. I put epoxy topping or whatever you call it on. It's kind of gives it dimension. A little bit doodad flowers again. And 1902. That means the phone have arrived. So she have a phone, and there's a vase with a flower in. And here's the scissors, and there's Melissa Francis frame, another bottle, perfume bottle, and that's a Norwegian goodie. And then her again, a bow, and then I had so much fun making all these little tiny perfume bottles. And that amazing bead in the back there I got from Neri. Hi Neri. And here's another one. This one I made with actually it's a glass drop from a chandelier that broke off. So I just glued a bead cap and a bead on the top, and voila, there was perfume bottle. See? And you see all the tiny doodad flowers. There's the Eiffel Tower again. She's been in Paris, of course, shopping. And this is her little library. It's, you know, Jane Austen, right? And that was kind of a good thing to read that back then. Women literature, I don't know. It's Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Persuasion, and there's actually also Wuthering Heights. So, and it's my favorite ones too. So, and here's one of her shoes, a black flower, a key. I made a charm here. I actually glued it to the box in the end, but I didn't put in this correctly. Hang on. There, so. And then let's see on the bottom, that's kind of like my pride and joy room of this one. It's like, that's her boudoir desk. You can't open the drawers. I meant to do that, but then I decided no, because I had to reinforce and everything, and it's, you know. So I just tucked lace, so it's kind of spilling out of her underwear. Put in this cute tassel. And here's one more image I fussy cut out. And then I made like a vanity mirror with some mirror inches I got, and I think I got them from Trisha as well. And that is a piece of Melissa Francis, and I backed it all around with some pearl trim. And then I used two wood pieces here. It's which I glittered up and all. There's one there, and this one I actually kind of dressed up a little bit. And then I really like how that looks like. Oh wow, like a little bit Chinese, and there were Chinese influencing or Japanese things influencing fashion back then. And these just stacked rhinestones, space beaders, bead spacers on top of each other there. And this yummy little image. And then I made her a necklace, and here's another ladder, and a little vase with some flowers. And I just topped up that with some ribbon. Yeah, so, and the top here, I fussy cut out one of the columns in the paper and I put it vertical, and then I fussy cut out the image which says Lady Sari and glue that on top again. And then I put in more of my own colored roses and one that's not colored from Waldorf Crafts, and one of the flowers I have in the store. And I made like a little necklace on this dress form, just with a little bead and a rose head. I put in this void here with just a little bit charm, some flowers, because it's mostly covered up with the leather and so on. So that is my Lady's Diary shadow box for Shilpa. I think I went through all the rooms now, didn't I? Oh yeah, now here I made a purse here, and I fussy cut out a little piece. It's the backing for the stamp. I needed a chandelier. It's just a chandelier. So yeah. And this here, I just threaded the beads on the string and let it hang. This here is actually from IKEA. I've had it for ages, several years, and it was in a gift wrapping package. So I just took a cut up here and frayed the edges. Here I lined on the outside with some pretty lace. I did the same on the bottom, just a lace. I'm waiting for it to come into my store again now, because you guys emptied me out. That is clearly popular lace. So yeah, well, here you can clearly see how you can use the doodah flowers. There's a lot of flowers in this one, but I wanted it to be super feminine, very fashionable, chic. I wanted it to be like a girl dream come true thingy. All the bling and the fashion and the flowers and the luscious fabrics, all things that a girl can dream of. And I don't think it's actually, of course there's differences between now and 1902, but there's just some things that never change. Dreaming of boys, fashion, balls, bling, you know, girls are girls. So yeah, and I hope, Shilpa, you will like this. And I was nervous, I told you, and this is the reason I was nervous, because I haven't done this before. So, but the girls have assured me it's looking good. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I speak to you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.